Hey guys, we're back with another Rich Room Spotlight. I got my man in here today, KB. They call him KB. Of course, that's a nickname, but his name is Kelvin Bratchett. This is my guy. Steel Moon, everything you can think of. Like Infinity, man, chicken. Like this is my dude, man. So I'm happy to have him here. So man, thank you very much for coming down.
Glad to
man.
be here, man.
Thank
Been
you,
a long,
man.
long
Thank
time
you.
overdue.
Long time overdue.
Cheers,
man.
baby.
And I got you here, man. It's because you don't always. Oh, that is still Moon is popping. There's still, man. You got something, man. You did something great with this, and we love to be behind it, man. We love the
Thanks
Still
for the
Moon.
support, John.
Definitely, 100%.
Thanks for the support. Yeah.
So, man, you're one of the people that I know that hit multiple industries, everywhere from entertainment to auto dealerships. And I want to talk about that. I think there's people out here, they're plugging away, they're doing their thing, but they need to hear this, man. They need to hear your story and how you got here and how that can be transferred to them. Because, they'll pick it apart and grab something that works, but they may be at a point where they're feeling like they can't go any further, they want to quit. But I really think your story is inspirational, man. So tell me, man, how did you get here?
So I had a dad that was an entrepreneur. Went to HBCU, decided not to go into law, quit General Motors in Rochester, New York, and started to build his own platform. Did a couple of different strip malls, built a car wash. And so I got a chance to go up there as a young man and watch him do his thing. And so what I realized was he was like my hero. I saw this cat meet with the city officials, city council, the mayor.
Wow.
Dressed to the nines, always looked apart, and just sort of sat back and watched. And so it was one of those things that was sort of gifted to me.
Yeah.
And so always wanted to work for myself. And through relationships, through people that mentored me, I got a chance to literally go do my own thing. I had to pay my dues.
You have to.
Had to pay my dues, but it also took somebody helping me pull me forward to get there. So
believe in you.
sometimes you can't do it by yourself.
You can't, man. You gotta have a
Sometimes
team.
you
You gotta
cannot
have
do it by
people that
yourself.
believe in
But
you.
people that looked at me and said, hey, look, you got it. You got an opportunity. You have a talent. You're willing to put in the work. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
And so with that help and that help in hand, I was able to actually go get my first dealership. And then along the way, I also was able to partner up with some really good friends of mine from undergrad, North Carolina A&T. We decided to also launch a whiskey company. So my first love was the car business. Second love was drinking alcohol.
Man.
And so all of those conversations, matter of fact, we call it alcohol and conversations,
Yeah.
sort of put me to the point where it's, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I listened. You got to listen.
You gotta listen.
You got to listen. There's a lot of people out there that can give you advice. You can learn what to do and what not to do.
Oh yeah.
And I listened to what I should do
That's dope, man.
and put the discipline behind it, the hard work behind it, and here we are.
That's dope, man. So tell me, what are the things you're into?
So I grew up as an artist. All of my time as a young kid, I played sports, but all of my self-time was drawing, drafting,
Really?
creating.
Wow.
And so my nickname is actually Brush. And so they used to call me Paintbrush when I was
Oh
young.
wow.
And they shortened that up when I became a young man and just started calling me Brush. And so I did all of the sort of circus back then during the early 90s. I went to Black College Week down in Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, Bike Week, did Freaknik.
Wow. Of course we did for
Did Aggie Fest, did Greek Picnic. And so we took our shirts on the road, and I was a vendor, literally selling shirts, selling my designs, and got to the point where I was actually doing a lot of stuff for D1 schools and designing graphic designs that you would have no idea that a black man was behind it, but I didn't own the rights.
Right.
I didn't own the
It
copyright.
was there, yeah.
It was my artwork, but somebody else was making money off of me. And so that's when I started Brush Art Company and said, I need to own this because everybody else is making money off me. I need to own my own stuff.
Yeah.
And so I started doing all my designs, but I owned everything that I put out in the atmosphere.
That's dope, man.
So
Brush.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I know Bishop said it is Brush, man, but I never thought
Yeah.
it was because you're a creative.
Well, that talent, as a poor kid, all you have is your talent, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so you
That's it.
don't have means, you don't have money, you may not have anything, but a hope and a dream. And so that talent is what got me to that point. I just kept pushing, persevering, and I had a lot of people that supported me, giving me advice, but wanted to see me be successful.
Yeah, man.
Even when I didn't believe in myself, there were people that believed more in me than I believed in
Tell
myself
me
at
about it.
times. And that sort of pushed me to that point.
Yeah.
And so what I've learned is that when you sort of doubt yourself, you may not know that you're that close. You may not know that you're just one step away from being successful, from being in a position where you can go talk to CEOs, from being in a position where you can own your own company, because you have that self-doubt. And it takes that mentor, that person to say, hey, look, I can see it in you.
Right.
I just need you to believe in you
Right.
to go forward.
I can see it in you. And I had the
Absolutely.
same thing, man. My guy locally here, Chuck Sanders, I mean, I remember a meeting. We had a company, Urban Mortgage, and around '08 is when the banking bubble
Yep.
burst. So I came into the office and we're talking because we know that we got to close this company eventually. We're having a conversation and he looked at me and he said, John, man, you underestimate yourself. And at the point I'm like, man, what are you talking about, man? He like, dude, I really think you underestimate yourself,
Yep.
man.
Been there.
You're a bigger deal than you think.
Yep.
I'm like, man, what are you talking about, man? What are we doing about this company?
Yep.
You know what I mean? But it resonated with me.
Yep.
And it kind of hit a chord because I'm thinking like, damn, am I really underestimating myself? But he saw something, you know, and so, and that's later that year he came back and I was still living in Detroit. He came back, he said, man, I want you to consider, we're closing these companies down, but I want you to consider moving to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. He said, man, because I need somebody I can trust.
Yep.
I know I can trust you. I need somebody.
You saw it.
I need somebody I can trust. So I came here and the rest is history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he also said, I need somebody I can trust, and I promise you I'll make you a rich man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about, man? You know, because I didn't see it. So he saw
Sometimes
something.
you don't.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Sometimes you
he
don't.
saw something that made me think, resonated, and it pushed me. And I look back at it like, man, what the hell was I thinking?
It's the best thing that happened to
Yeah,
you,
the
right?
best thing.
What took you so long?
What took me so long, man? What took me so long?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the guy who took me under his wing, and we did some phenomenal things here locally with restaurant on the title side, and everything I do on that real estate and entertainment side now, it has his imprint on it, his signature on it. You know what I mean? Although he's not signing, I signed for him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I ride with him.
He was basically gifting you what he saw in you.
Yeah.
You just had to sort of accept it and move forward.
You
with it,
got
right?
you got to accept it.
You got to accept it, man.
and not be offended by it. He's not
Not
saying
be scared of it.
Yeah, or scared of it. Yeah,
Right.
a lot of people are scared of it.
Yeah.
They're scared of success. They don't
Yeah.
know it. They don't know it.
Yeah.
That's something, man.
Failure is a part of it. You know, I have certainly failed more than I've succeeded, but those successes have been huge.
Yeah, man.
Right? And so even, we call it riding the fence. You know, so the car business, you never want to fall one side to the other
Right.
too strongly, right? You want to stay right in the middle because you get told no all the time. I'll get 50 no's before I get that first yes, and not everybody can accept that rejection.
Yeah.
And so it takes a special person to be told no so many times in the face of adversity to be able to stand back and say, "No, we're good.
Yeah,
We're
right.
good. I got it. We're gonna get
Yeah,
there."
don't worry about it. I'm still.
Right?
I got
And so
this.
you finally get there, and then everybody's like, "Wow, how did you get there? Well, why did you do this? Well, how were you able to move from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, to Los Angeles and go make it happen?" I said, "Because I already believe once you make the decision's already made.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff is easy.
No, you gotta believe.
A lot of
man.
people don't make the decision.
You gotta believe in you, man.
Yep.
You gotta believe. Another story I tell is I'm a product of my failures. You know, I say it all the
Yeah.
time. I'm a product of my failures, and from those failures, success was born. But
Absolutely.
it's because of every step along the way. I learned something here. I made mistakes. And I converted those into lessons.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And through those failures, that's why I'm here now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I can speak confidently about them because I fucked it up back here. Yeah, I fucked it up.
Well, you're gonna fail.
You are gonna fail,
but
man.
being able to accept that
Yeah.
is being able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I got to change. I got to be different. I got to be better than what I am today for tomorrow. And so everybody sometimes will ask me, well, how was your day? You say, you know what, today wasn't the day what I thought it was going to be, but I'm grateful for
Right.
today. I'm good.
And
Tomorrow's going to be better.
Tomorrow's gonna be better.
Tomorrow's gonna
It's
be
that
better.
humility, man. You have to have it.
Yeah.
You have to have it. Of course, you know, I get knocked a little bit because I got an ego. But I
Really?
don't. Yeah.
You know, you're a sexy mother.
I'm sexy, man, baby. Hey, you see this, man? You see this?
Yeah, I mean,
you
you
see
look
that?
good. You look
I'm looking
good.
good over
You
here.
look good, baby.
And because of it, man. But you have to have that. I don't think I've had anybody here sitting in the rich room with me who didn't have an equal attitude.
Yeah.
Who didn't have the same confidence. who didn't have that same ego, because you need that. At some point, you got to be selfish. You got to believe in you. You got to have your vision, and you got to push it, or nobody else around you can benefit.
You got to surround yourself with talent, man. So you can only elevate if people are trying to elevate you.
Yeah.
And so you can't be in a room with people that are just like you.
No.
You got to be in a room with people that are better than you, stronger than you, so you can see what success looks like.
Dude.
And so you can understand, it's like, man, you know what? I want to be like him.
Like, man, if I get there, man,
you know,
like these, like my team here, man, that these guys and women, everybody plays a role. Everybody does it well. And I just think, like, damn, man, shit, I want to do that.
So I'll tell you this. So when we first met, we met at Savoy. That experience was phenomenal. And so when I saw everything that you and Chuck had did, saw the video, saw the content, saw the restaurant and the level that it was, and then I introduced the product to you, you liked the product, but I could see there was some doubt. I could see like, all right, this is a good product. But in the back of my mind, I said, you know what? I need him to feel me. I need him to see my product for what it is and understand what I feel about it, how strongly I feel about it. So full circle, we're back in this room.
Right back.
We're back
with
in
the
this
same
room.
product.
We're back in this room with the same product.
I'm trying to think, like, man. And when we first met, and I kept it, you still locked in because I appreciated everything about it. But it's something, man, how you use things to drive you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I do the same thing, man. I do the same thing. One of my things is the best revenge is massive success.
Absolutely.
And not just success, massive success.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's undeniable.
Yep.
And you don't have to be an asshole about it.
No,
you
man.
stay who you are. You stay true to yourself. You keep a smile on your face, and you win. Because we winners, baby.
Hey, look, one of the biggest things was being able to come back into you and say, hey, John, we made it. We're in this market, we're in that market, we're in this market. Why don't you have me in your market?
Right. Why aren't we here?
Why aren't we here?
And I'm like,
I told you what we were going to do.
Yeah. Like I told you. You late. You late. You just get here. You late, man. And I'm 100% in, man. 100% in. And I'm grateful, man. I'm very grateful that you're here. Thanks for circling back.
Absolutely.
I
Man. Thanks for the
appreciate
love. Thanks for supporting the brand. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
we appreciate
you
it.
know it, man. You know it. We're still Moonhouse now, baby.
Trace Still Moon, baby.
That's it. Hey, listen. And I want to take this time, man. I know I've done it 100 million billion times, but I want to officially welcome you to the Rich Room, brother. My man. We drink, smoke, and cuss, man. You fit right in, baby. You fit right in.
Drink Still Moon.
Hey, listen, another great one, man. You got to check out Kelvin, man. Everything he does right now is on fire. But it's through the trials and tribulations, the failures, and everything else. So it looks easy, man, and clean as ever. But it's very hard to get there, and you got to work for it. So check us out. Check out his handles. It's right here. You know what we do, man. We on Instagram, Twitter, Shitter, Bitter, YouTube. We on everything. Check us out, man. So listen, again, my man Calvin, thank you for coming.
Thanks
out,
for the
man.
love, baby.
Hey, cheers
Appreciate
to you guys. Welcome to the Rich Room again, guys. We'll see you.